Members of the National Union of Metalworkers South Africa are currently picketing at ArcelorMittal offices in Vanderbijlpark. The action is in response to the company's decision to retrench more than 100 workers just ahead of Christmas. In a statement, the union says at least 107 employees have lost their jobs following a conclusion of a Section 189 process, I beg your pardon. These retrenchments follow the company's closure of coke-making battery sections 6 and 7. Let's make sense of all of this for you now. Bring in SABC News reporter Katlego Legodi live to us there from Vanderbijlpark. It's a bit of a gloomy start to the day, but Katlego, that doesn't seem to have dampened the spirits of some of those workers there who are desperate, of course, for some kind of light ahead of Christmas.
Most definitely. A very good morning to Ayanda and to our viewers at home. You're right, a gloomy start to the day, but then you see the workers really upbeat here as they try by all means to be in solidarity with some of their members that were fired from this company. Here we're talking about ArcelorMittal that has served these workers. We're talking about 107 of these workers on the 5th of November with a notice of termination. They were not even given an opportunity, we hear, of serving their notice as the employer showed them the door. So really, when you look at it, their union, NUMSA, not happy about what is happening here. They've been trying by all means to fight this Section 189 process, but it has led us to where we are today, and we see them trying by all means to put pressure for a reversal of those termination. As you can understand that we are approaching the festive season, and here we're talking about some breadwinners that will face a bleak Christmas. As you can understand that they'll be out of the employ. I'm going to bring into the conversation now the NUMSA spokesperson will just give us a sense of what has been happening here at ArcelorMittal, because we understand that really this has been a battle that you've been fighting over time around the workers, not only here at ArcelorMittal, but this Section 189 process, it seems to really be a thorn in the process or in the workers' side when you look at what has been happening, as most of them would be losing their jobs through this process. We are here at ArcelorMittal today. What is happening here?
Thank you so much, Katlego. You are absolutely right in your intro that ArcelorMittal, in our view, has essentially cancelled Christmas for more than 107 workers and their families by rushing, in our view, rushing the dismissal notices of these workers. The reason we feel we were provoked into strike action is that we felt that the company was really not trying to work with us to try and find alternatives for employment for these workers. For example, we are aware of the fact that there are a number of workers who are nearing retirement age who wish to exercise voluntary severance packages as an option, but ArcelorMittal doesn't even want to have that conversation with us. It is really concerning for us because we are concerned that the dismissals of these workers through retrenchments will mean that many of them are unlikely to find new work after this. And so we feel that we would prefer a situation where ArcelorMittal was working with us to try and actually mitigate against the harmful impact that these retrenchments are going to have on 107 families just before Christmas.
The timing of it all as well is something that is a cause for concern as we approaching the festive season, Black Friday, and most of the workers will be looking to capitalize in terms of where they find themselves. What is the management saying? Because we know that this is a process. It's not like we woke up today and then there was that Section 189 process implemented here. What is the management? Have they been coming through to kind of give you a sense of their struggles as well that would lead them to implementing this Section 189?
So the Section 189 process began in August. We started engaging in consultation, and then of course that process ended in late October, and by 5th of November we were served with notices of termination. So we obviously have been engaging with management. It is difficult, to be honest with you, because as I said, we are not finding each other on the issue of alternatives. We do believe that there are things that can be done to try and at least reduce the number of people that are terminated, or at least delay the process of termination, so that we can try and find alternatives as far as, finding new jobs, finding new positions, etc. So I think the strike is more reflective of the breakdown in our relationship with management, because of the fact that we've not really been able to engage in a way that's enabled us to resolve this amicably. Strike action, as you know, Katlego, is the last resort. It results in workers losing their salaries. I mean, you see behind you dozens of workers that have already come out. We are expecting more to join the strike in the afternoon shift. It's not an ideal situation for us to be going on strike, certainly not before the festive season, but unfortunately our members feel like they have little options left. This is the only weapon that they have to try and bring attention to the situation and hopefully sort of compel management to come to the negotiating table and help us to find a solution that will be mutually beneficial for all of us.
I was going to go there to say, what would make you happy or these workers happy here? Are you seeking for a reversal of these terminations? How do you see this one or this impasse really broken? Looking at the fact that you say today is the first day of this strike action. Looks like it's going to be a rolling action here until management comes to the party. What would make you happy as the labor union?
What would make us happy is for us to sit around the table, to engage each other meaningfully and find a solution that works for everyone. That's what we want. Obviously, first prize would be the full reinstatement of all these workers. But if that's not possible, can we perhaps come up with solutions where maybe instead of 107 dismissals, maybe it's 50 dismissals and others are absorbed in other aspects of the business. But we need to have a conversation for us to get there. And more than anything, we would like to have a conversation.
Phakamile, thank you very much for your time. Let me just show you, guys, what is happening here. These are the workers that are out in their numbers demonstrating here today. You hear Phakamile saying they're expecting more of the workers, the colleagues, to join in here today. And we're expecting as well, hopefully, the management of ArcelorMittal to come through and try address them here. But you hear Phakamile saying they've been struggling to get attention of the management, this being a last resort here. These are steel makers, Ayanda, and you hear just Phakamile talking about the festive season to say that as we approaching the festive season, it's high rotation. You wouldn't want to see yourself or find yourself here, and we're hoping that the management then would hit to the call and come back to the negotiating table and speak to the workers here in trying to reach an amicable solution.